Okay, continuing on my series on libertarians. Just wanted to talk a little bit about healthcare and what libertarians think about healthcare, in particular libertarians here on YouTube. I'm going to hit plenty of bases here, so bear with me a little bit. Some months ago I saw a video posted on here, YouTube, by Reason TV, the YouTube branch of Reason Magazine. And I think it's a very interesting place to start. So here's an excerpt of that.
Call it the Gillespie Plan. If you want health insurance, get some.
I was going to get health insurance, and then I got drunk. So.
His buddy doesn't have insurance either. His employer offered it.
But they're taking too much out of my paycheck for it, so if they take the money out of my paycheck for health insurance, I won't have enough to make rent.
We found these guys on LA's famous Sunset Strip. Well, more like a back alley near the strip. Don't expect to see them featured in a campaign ad.
My hand's all f***ed up. See how my knuckles sticks out about half an inch above the rest of my hand?
They don't quite pull at the heartstrings like a sick little girl. But don't young musicians deserve insurance too?
It'd be nice to have health insurance once in a while.
He says he has to choose between housing and health.
So I'll just be living on the street, so it's like, what do you want? Do you want a house or do you want to be healthy?
This guy says he's in the same boat because coverage is simply out of reach.
That's one luxury I can't afford then, because I have to eat and have rent, and you know what I mean?
Isn't there some way they could get covered? It probably costs them around $100 per month to buy insurance. Way too much for someone on the verge of homelessness. Then again, how much does this guy spend on partying?
At least $100 a month.
Yeah.
Doing what?
Yeah.
Whatever I can get my hands on.
Yes, America. The libertarian solution to these problems, as far as the libertarians are concerned, if you don't have insurance, go out and buy some. That assumes, of course, that the insurance market is actually, or health insurance market is competitive, which it isn't, but I'll get to that later. Even if I were to concede Reason's point on this, Reason Magazine is being unreasonable by completely ignoring the plight of the insured. The video deals with the plight of the uninsured, but what of the insured? According to the Wool Handler study in the year 2007, 62% of bankruptcies in the United States stemmed from catastrophic medical expenses. Of the 62% of these bankruptcies that were related to tens of thousands of dollars in healthcare overruns and costs, a whopping 78% of those individuals actually had and paid for health insurance. That's right. 78% of those individuals had health insurance. That represents what really the problem is. Even those that are insured are not sure that they can get coverage because there are gaps in their coverage. Those individuals that went bankrupt anyway because of these gaps paid an average of $17,749. Now, if you lacked insurance, you paid around $26,000. Overall, you can say that's a $9,000 difference. In other words, these individuals who were paying month after month their very expensive premiums only saved $9,000. So that's what you call, maybe, it's been a while since I took economics, declining marginal utility, you might say. I mean, is it really worth making all of those payments when you're only saving $9,000? Of course, not everyone is going to experience these medical expenses, so people have to make the calculus for themselves. Frankly, even if you're skeptical about my figures, there's no denying that people are grossly overpaying for insurance. So much so that it's actually become irrational and, yes, unreasonable to buy insurance in some cases, particularly for the young. And even if healthcare did not directly lead to the aforementioned bankruptcies, there's certainly, the lack of coverage is certainly a significant and exacerbating factor. In addition to that, the last couple of years have seen an increase in healthcare spending from about 16% of gross domestic product to 18%. Now, if you ran a hot dog stand and your expenses went up every year 10%, how long would you stay in business? Probably not very long. And in fact, most analysts have indicated that within a couple of years, healthcare, if we do nothing, will represent about 20%, or one-fifth of our GDP will be going to cover healthcare costs. And that's probably going to go up when we experience the full blast of all these people returning from Iraq. Now, to give you some comparison, Germany went through fits when it was discovered in that country that the government was spending around 8% of GDP on healthcare. And that was a real scandal in that country. So bottom line, you can Google wool handler and other things on the internet and verify what I'm saying for yourself. Verify the respective GDP expenditures, etc. And we'll continue this in the next video. Thanks.